welcome to each of you to this service of remembrance. My name is Christine Morgan. I'm General Manager Community Services of Wesley Mission, and we welcome you to this service this afternoon. Wesley Mission's ethos is to be there for all people when they're feeling hurt, alone or lost, to reach out God's hand of love and support. Today is a day of deep significance for many of you, those who have lost a loved one to suicide. We trust that this brief time you share with us today will be a time when you can remember your loved one and the beauty that they brought to your lives and experience some degree of comfort and hope.
But then something will remind me that you're still right here with me, and you're the lighthouse leading me home, guiding me through every storm, and you're the sun that shines on my face, the warming embrace, the light of my day. You're the lighthouse.
Creator and loving God, we come to you in our weakness and vulnerability. We come to you in our confusion and doubt, our grief and loss.
It's not a moment for easy, slick answers. It's not a time that when we gather together and think we have everything somehow all straight and ordered in our thinking. But it is a time to create space, to create the kind of space in which we can think and pray and reflect about those that we love, who are continually part of our lives, and in some very real sense we come here to remember. In the immediate moment of loss, the last thing in the world that you feel like is building for the future. If people talk about looking to the future, the pain saturates every ounce of energy you have. Every focus that's part of your life is somehow drawn into a concentration of the pain that you feel. But there does come a time when we start to look to the future. And we look to the future in a creative way now. We say what has happened to us is very much part of our lives, and we shall never lose it. And it will always be there in that pain for us. But somehow we now have not the power to get over our experience. We don't get over an experience like this, but somehow to live around it, to live with it, and to look to the future with some kind of hope.
It's interesting to meet here in the shadows of one of Australia's icons in terms of the Opera House. There are other community icons that we don't recognise so readily. Certainly Lifeline, established by Wesley Mission, is one of those. For over 40 years it has attempted to reach out and be with people in the time of crisis, and be with people who are then affected on an ongoing basis. People's lives are fractured by suicide, their families are fractured, they are made more alone than they already were by such events. And we as a community rarely respond. We don't know what to do, we don't know what to say, we don't know how to be with people, families who have been so affected. And yet we desperately need to do that. We need to show that we recognise the pain that has been suffered. We need to show that we recognise the ongoing effects on families and on the wider community.
And you're leading me home.
37 years ago, late on a cold, windy night in August, my mother went out of our house, leaving a note to say goodbye. For 4 days we searched for her everywhere we could think. It's an experience many of you will have had. On the 4th day, 2 young policemen came up the front path to tell us that they had found her. She had drowned in the bay just at the bottom of our road. My whole sense of meaning was dislocated. I didn't understand how I could feel so terrible. so heartbroken and yet somehow keep on living. I loved my mother so much and I couldn't bear to lose her. I felt full of remorse. Why couldn't I have saved her? And I suffered that piercing sadness of grief that hollows you out inside. I hope and pray and have faith that she is safe and peaceful now with the loved ones you have lost, and that we will all be reunited one day. Thank you everyone for coming today. Your being here gives me comfort because you understand. Your heartache is like my heartache. Not exactly the same, but familiar. We have an idea how each other must feel. Every life is precious. Life can be very difficult. The only thing I know for certain is that in the toughest times, we need to be there for each other.
I take this sunflower and look at it as a symbol and tribute to the life of my friend Michael and his significance to me. Michael left my home one night and took his life. I didn't listen. The sunflower is the symbol of life, brightness and hope. But the sunflower needs energy from the sun for its source of life. However, the center of this sunflower holds up to 2,000 seeds. Now, if the sunflower dies, there is definitely a potential for new life, which comes from the seeds themselves. However, these seeds sometimes need time to germinate and to grow. I see us today as the seeds. Let us remember those we have loved and lost in the spirit of great comfort and hope. Listen to our hearts and pray for our strength, that our seeds provide us with a future.
God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, trusting that God will make all things new as we surrender to His will.